We're good. We're good to
Yeah.
record.
Give me
We're
a
good.
second.
We're good.
Yeah,
To do
let me
this.
just tidy this shit up first.
All right. Well, I'll give you till the end of this intro. Welcome to another edition of Pink Sock Podcast. That was a fun little introduction. Gorak, we are set and ready to go, aren't we?
Fuck yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm glad that we're doing this whole intro thing again.
Me too, but guess what happened to me recently?
What?
I got a notification on the lovely email from YouTube. They're trying to claim copyright strike on our Eric Dover interview for doing that intro.
Why?
They're claiming it's the Korn song "Thoughtless," I think is what they said. And I'm like, no, that's not right. That song is by Robby Miller, and it doesn't really sound anything like "Thoughtless." So nice try.
No. YouTube will do anything to fucking flag you with stupid shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have a feeling they just don't want people to be monetized. That's the problem. They don't want to have to pay people, so they're just going to claim any type of music.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty lame. Fuck you, YouTube. Like,
Yeah, fuck
and
you,
Spotify.
YouTube. And well, the thing is Spotify, they do pay people. They really do.
Not by much, since they put the memberships up by $10.
Yeah, like it is bullshit what they pay people. I'm not denying that claim.
I think Apple Music, they get better.
They do.
Like better. How can I say this? They get treated better, I guess, in Apple Music.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard like streaming wise, like if you're listening to artists on Apple Music, it does sound a little bit better than what it is on Spotify.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard the
But
quality.
I wouldn't know because I'm not an Apple user, so there you go.
Neither am I. I've tried having an Apple phone, and I was not a fan.
Yeah, same. I can't really get into it. That's why I got my Samsung.
Like, yeah, I've got my Android. Well, the thing is that a lot of Apple users try to claim is they're like, our phones are better than yours. Well, the fact is yes, there are off-brand Androids, and there's not a whole lot, if any, off-brand Apples. There's just Apple this, Apple that, like Apple 11 or whatever. But there's a lot of off-brand Androids that are shitty quality.
Yeah, exactly. But it all comes down to how you use your phone, really. What you're using it for. I'm not using mine for anything.
Well, mine I use for a lot of shit, which means that like I should have a better quality one, but I can't afford it because let's be real. I live in the United States where the medical system's fucked. And
you reckon if I go to a place like a phone place and ask what's a good phone to use for Tinder?
Bro,
would that be awkward?
You really should. You should do that.
I'm taken now, but anyway.
You're taken now, but like, okay, here's a funny story. The person that this is about might watch this, but it is what it is. I had a friend one time who was dating this girl or was with this girl, and he found her on a dating website. Well, a friend of his found her on a dating website. He didn't. He didn't have that dating website. And she was claiming that she used it to find friends. And I'm like, what? But my boy Gorak, he does use Tinder to promote this podcast.
Yeah.
Like, he's over here like, I don't want the ladies. I just want to promote my show.
Yeah. I just want that 1,000 subscribers.
I just want this. I do it for the subs, man.
Yeah, I do it for the likes and for the follows. You know, like all those other dumbasses on Instagram and shit like that.
Yeah,
Chasing the likes.
you're like, I don't do it for the fame, man. I don't do it for the women. I do, I do it for the podcast.
Yeah, man. I really want this to grow, man. So like my shit. Like,
You know what kind of drives me nuts? And this is just how people are. And I'm not saying nobody promotes the podcast because there are people that I really do appreciate for sharing the podcast, for supporting all these years. But what drives me nuts is when, like, I'm on Facebook, right? And I make all these posts about the podcast. And a lot of people that don't share it will not comment on the shit or whatever. But whenever I post something somewhat controversial, they're right on that to argue with me. They're right on that shit to talk, like, disagree with me.
People are morons.
Which is fine. And I wouldn't say they're morons, which is fine. You can disagree with me all you want. We're all adults. I'm fine with disagreements. But why can't you share and comment on the positive shit?
Because they got nothing positive to fucking, you know. They always go for the negative shit to make their point.
Like, I'll admit I post some controversial shit sometimes. I have my own opinions on shit, and like, a lot of people are like, Mike, you eat really healthy. No, not really, because yesterday I had fucking 3 pieces of cheesecake, fucking bunch of chocolate and pudding.
Did you shit well in the toilet?
This morning I shit decently. Yeah. I had a cheat day yesterday. So you do that though, Gorak. You'll have a cheat day where you eat a bunch of sweets and you get back on your wagon.
Yeah, that was like almost every day. I haven't been to the gym for about a week.
Yeah.
I should go back. I've just been busy with work.
I don't go to the gym, but I try to eat relatively the best that I can. And yesterday, man, we went to an all-you-can-eat buffet after the zoo, and I'm like, I'm going to still eat healthy. They have salads. So I ate my salad, I ate my dinner plate, and then I kind of like went on a fucking sugar addiction high, bro. Like I ate a bunch of cheesecake, a bunch of shit, and I'm like, oh, this is awesome, but my body now hates me.
I was like that on Thursday. I'm like, fuck, I can't be bothered cooking, so I ordered like pizza from Crust. I don't know if you have Crust in America, but I ordered a vegetarian supreme. Cheesy garlic bread. Coke Zero, because that's the only Coke I normally drink with no sugar. And they had recently these like little apple bites things. You can get either 6 or 12, so I got 12. And I smashed all that down. Yeah.
Well, honestly, at least you got the veggie supreme and you didn't eat a bunch of sweets and shit like I did. But
I could have went for a low carb base, because you can get gluten free and low carb pizza bases or extra large pizza bases. I did that with the low carb pizza once, and I felt good, and I just felt hungry more.
It's Crust.
Yeah. They're really good. They do really good pizzas. I don't know if they do it in your end, but I know that they're bringing out Wendy's to Australia.
How is the Wendy's in Australia? Have you been yet, or has it appeared?
No, they're talking about it, but the only Wendy's that we have is an ice cream store.
Oh, okay. That might be a bit of an issue, because I do know that in Australia for the longest time, they couldn't have Burger King. They called them Hungry Jacks, because there was one Burger King in Australia that had the copyright to the name but wasn't related to Burger King, the American chain.
Yeah. So, well, we did have Burger King in Australia for a little bit, but then, yeah, it's Hungry Jack's, I do believe.
Yeah, I think it still might be called Hungry Jack's.
It still is, yeah. You know what's really weird? I know there's a Hungry Jack's store, and then right next to it is Macca's.
Really?
Yeah, competing against each other. It's kind of weird, eh?
Well, we have that in the States. We have McDonald's across from Burger King's. So it's
Yeah,
not
and then
like,
Subway and a kebab store next to each other.
yeah. So to
Isn't it
answer
weird though? Like Subway and a kebab store next to each other.
what is a kebab store? I don't think we have that here in the States.
You guys don't have a kebab?
We have
So it's like
chicken.
Lebanese. It's like Lebanese bread. You can have different types of salads, like tabbouleh salad and some other stuff. Shaved beef or chicken, and you can add like sauces and cheese, and they wrap it up and they grill it.
Oh, we do have kebabs here. I thought you meant the restaurant kebab.
Nah, so they call it a doner kebab or something like that.
Yeah,
Back when I used to be like in my strict dieting and stuff like that, I used to go there after my workouts and get a doner kebab without the bread. So it's just be stuck with the meat and the salads and the sauce, and that's it.
Yeah.
So full protein, no carbs.
See, your diet was full protein, no carbs, but I've heard that recent studies and shit.
Less carbs.
Yeah, less carbs. Because our body uses carbs for energy. So carbs isn't necessarily the enemy, it's the type of carbs you take in.
Yeah.
Like whole grains and shit is fine from my understanding. It's when you get into like the sugars and all that shit.
Yeah, I started not to eat carbs in the morning before I go to work. So I feel like I crash midday.
Mm-hmm. Do you,
know
ever?
What I mean? So I make like an egg omelet with 2 egg whites and 2 whole eggs, mushrooms, spinach, tomato, boom, and a full strength double shot long black, and I'm ready to go.
Is that your breakfast every morning?
Almost every morning.
See,
normally I have like eggs and toast and avocado and salt, my coffee, then my green juice, and then my B12 vitamins, and then I take my zinc, and then sometimes I take collagen during the day.
I try collagen. I might drink some collagen after this. My usual breakfast, I usually have like 2 to 4 eggs and an omelet or just scrambled. And what's weird is in the States, for the longest time, we were told limit or avoid eggs because of cholesterol. And now they're saying eggs are actually really good for you. So,
yeah, I know. Sometimes it seems hard to, the shit that they bring out on social media by some fitness influencer or some so-called health expert. You know what I mean?
You can't even believe doctors anymore because they're just guessing. And now they're saying that the egg debacle is because of how you cook your eggs or what you cook them in or what you cook them with. And even the type of egg you buy matters. Because if you buy eggs that are like the cheapo eggs from the store, they're not out in the sunlight, so they don't have the same nutritional value.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I love eggs. So fuck it.
Even like scrambled egg whites is full of protein as well.
Yeah, but they also, all of your nutrients though is found in the yolk.
Yeah, that's why some bodybuilders do 3 egg whites and maybe 1 full egg or whatever.
Yeah, and some bodybuilders take their eggs and like most bodybuilders try, or people that are healthy or whatever, health fitness people, they try to do about 3 eggs a day. And sometimes you drink them raw in a fucking cup.
Yeah, look at Rocky. Like, come on, man. Have you seen that? I can't remember what Rocky movie it was. He was like chugging down like a dozen eggs.
Yeah. See, I don't think eggs are the enemy because like dietary cholesterol is not the same as blood cholesterol. So the issue is what we make our eggs with: bacon and fucking vegetable oil and all that bullshit. But anyway, so what's your diet like now? Do you have one?
Not really.
You just eat.
I just eat like healthy shit. Like, I don't like to stick to diets as much anymore.
What is healthy though? Like, people change. There is no such thing as like healthy depending on who you are, bro. Like,
Mm.
dietitians and shit change all the time. It's damn near impossible to eat healthy in today's world.
That's why I like reading some health and nutrition stuff online, like on Instagram or YouTube's good. YouTube's good for that.
See, I follow a lot of people on there, but then there's people that contradict one another. Like there would be one.
I like following. What's that? Sorry.
There'd be one person that's like, the way to eat healthy is you eat whole grains and you eat nuts and you eat this, that, and the other. And then the next person's like, you should avoid beans, nuts, and whole grains. Like, you can't really.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah. But like sometimes I like following like a day in a life of a vegan bodybuilder or fitness, whatever, and see what they eat in the day. And it's pretty interesting what they eat because it's all colorful foods. And it's not all that fake shit, you know what I mean?
No, and I would love to eat like that. But whenever I find like fitness people like that that's eating healthy like that, they are usually eating vegetables and like fruits and shit that you can't necessarily find around here.
Yeah. Or they're on steroids.
I would love to see, like, it might be out there somewhere, but what Doyle eats in a day. I think he eats a lot of protein powders, though.
That and a lot of maybe like high carb and protein meals.
Yeah,
in a vegan diet.
Yeah,
because it's pretty shredded for like what 50.
He's 55, I think, give or take.
Yeah. Well, Billy Vallow from him, he's 48, I think. 46. He's 46 and he's been vegetarian since he was 17.
Damn.
Probably that's the reason why he's aged well.
The only issue I have with the whole vegan thing is, like, I could cut out red meat altogether. But it's, how do you get all your nutrients and shit? Do you have to take a multivitamin? Like, how's that work? Because I know there are certain nutrients that meat has higher amounts of that vegetables just don't. Like iron, for instance.
Yeah, but then you can get iron from all different type of things, not just from eating fucking steak. You know, spinach.
Yeah,
is one of them, and there's a few other stuff as well. It's got
also
full of iron.
I know you can get protein from all types of like grains and all that shit, but not all protein is the same, though, right? There's whole protein, there's complete protein, and there's some that your body just don't break down.
I guess probably that's the reason why they maybe take multiple shakes as well.
Yeah, protein shakes. Collagen is a questionable thing, though, for vegans because it's from the bone of a cow.
Yeah, they won't take that. And I'm pretty sure there is like a supplement for skin and nails, and it's in a tablet though. And I think a good friend of mine takes that shit. From Swiss, if I'm not mistaken.
They do sell vegan collagen. I've seen.
I think it's the one that I've got.
It's made from. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. Scientists have developed techniques to use genetically engineered. So it's genetically modified. So if you're trying to avoid GMOs, you can't have it.
Like I have collagen every now and then, but sometimes I mix it with my coffee to give it that nice rich flavor. And but I haven't taken it in a while. But it's good. It's vitamin C and probiotics and shit. And
it's also a good way to add protein to your diet if you don't have much protein, especially if you don't eat a bunch of meat, because meat's really high in protein, and so is beans and all that fun shit.
Yeah, but yeah, it's good. I take a bunch of different shit.
Yeah, I take multivitamins and shit.
I don't even take multivitamins anymore. I just take zinc and B12 and fucking magnesium at night and fucking Like I'm drinking this tea that's gonna help me sleep good. But
what kind of tea is it?
It's just said sleep, but it's got like some. My missus know all about this. She's here tonight. She's actually asleep in the living room because I didn't want to set up in the living room. So
You're a gentleman.
I booted her out so she could leave sleep on the lounge for now. I'm not moving my stuff, man. I don't know. It's got like some weird hippie shit in it.
See, what's really good for sleep is chamomile. Chamomile. Yeah. That's why I asked what kind of tea it was, because I've been drinking chamomile to help me sleep occasionally. Another thing that really helps with sleep and inflammation and stuff is turmeric.
Yeah, turmeric's good. Turmeric's really good for your immune system.
What I've been doing is
turmeric and ginger.
I've been using, this might sound weird, but I've been making oatmeal using turmeric, ginger, and like cinnamon, nutmeg, and I believe I also put, I don't know if I said it yet or not, ginger, and then you got to have a little bit of your black pepper in there. But I've been doing that, and it actually tastes really good.
Yeah, it should have it like if you have a juicer or something, do like an orange and turmeric and ginger, maybe some bit of apple and carrot. It'd be like a good immune system.
That sounds fucking delicious. I don't have a juicer, but I do have a food processor and a blender.
It's similar, I guess. You can blend it all in, but you might be getting all the chunky shit. That's not what you want, though.
Yeah.
But I remember during lockdown. Sorry, but like during lockdown, when we were in lockdown one time for like half a year or whatever it was, I was started making like detox juice and stuff like that. I had like ginger and fucking carrot and orange and apple and something else.
That sounds really good. What's really weird about the stuff like that, though, is when you blend your fruit, you have to be a little careful on certain fruits because your body digests it differently when you juice it. Because
I feel better.
You do with certain fruits, though. Bananas is one that affects people differently because it's higher in sugar. Because when you drink your fruit, you're skipping the chewing process, obviously. And the chewing process is your body breaking it down and digesting it differently. When you're drinking it, your body isn't sending that warning signal that food's coming. It thinks just liquid is coming. So like if you're diabetic, you should be careful with that, is what I'm saying. If you have like insulin resistance and shit. But
I know what's that?
But carrots is weird to juice because I've noticed that they're kind of spicy.
Yeah, but it's so good for you.
Carrot
should do like a carrot, ginger, turmeric, and orange shot. It's good for your immune system. It's a good like energy immune booster. It's really good, especially like for winter time. That's why I haven't been sick during winter yet at all. Since this whole time being cold weather, because I've got since like it was coming up to winter, I've just been like taking fucking vitamin C and immune system stuff, because that's why I got like a really good strong immune system. Like I don't really get sick often, which is good.
Send me your secrets, man, because like I've been taking some shit, but like not like that. Vitamin C, though, is one of the things that a lot of people miss, and B12 because we don't get out in the sun, especially
B12. I take for stress relief.
I didn't know B12 helped with that. That's awesome.
Yeah, and it like improves your like energy systems and shit like that. I take that every morning before I go to work.
Nice. I know that like B12 can be found in a lot of like fish, meat, eggs, and dairy products. So like if you're vegan or vegetarian, it's harder to get B12.
I'll see if I can pop it up here. It's actually pretty good. can't remember what brand it was though, but it's got like 120 capsules in it.
Oh, nice.
Where did I get it from? I'll check the Woolies website. But yeah, I just like taking care of myself. I'm only drinking one cup of coffee a day now.
See, I'm trying to limit my coffee a little bit. I drank 2 cups today, so I kind of failed on that. But I also didn't.
That's not too bad. What's that?
I had 2 cups of black coffee today. Yesterday I had 2 cups of black coffee, but I also had a green tea. But I'm trying to cut back on my caffeine because there for a while I wasn't drinking caffeine at all. But the thing is like black coffee, though, is really good for you.
Black coffee is really good for you as well.
But it also causes worse anxiety in some cases, like me.
Well, this is the issue with people that do drink too much coffee though, and I found it with myself too. That if I drink like 3 cups of coffee during at work, I start to like stutter a bit and then stress.
Yep.
The last 2 days at work, yesterday and Friday and Saturday, they've been fucking busy. And dude, I only had like the 1 coffee. I had 2 maybe on Saturday, but I had 1 yesterday before I went to work. Made it like a double shot, strong, long black, and I felt fine throughout the whole day. I did not crash at all.
Yeah, it's weird because like for me, like with coffee, it's either hit or miss. I don't know if it's the type that I drink or what, but like sometimes when I drink coffee, I don't have anxiety as much. And then other times when I drink coffee, I am stressed and anxious all day.
Yeah.
And it could be also what I'm eating that day. I don't know.
Yeah. But
with you, I try like kind of like with you, I try to eat healthy. I try to do better, but it's hard sometimes.
Yeah. Let's try and look for the fucking. I do take like this wakey energy caffeine thing. It's kind of like Barocca, but it gives you an energy boost. And it's actually really good. I like it more than coffee. Even though I still like coffee, but what did it have in it?
I have a question for you.
Oh, it's got vitamin B1 and B3 in it, which is good for you. But yeah,
I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
When you drink your coffee,
yeah,
do you do the whole beans and grind them, or do you buy them pre-ground?
I get the beans.
See, I don't have a coffee grinder, and I recently bought beans, and I don't know what the fuck to do with them.
Just use your herb spice grinder.
I don't have one.
Oh.
I don't have a grinder at all.
Oh.
Everybody's saying go buy one, bro. I need a juicer. I need a herb grinder. I need all that shit. I'm broke.
Yeah.
And me being broke is mostly kind of my issue and kind of not. But I've noticed something though, Gorak, when it comes to coffee and when it comes to like tea and stuff that we've mentioned. You've not been drinking a whole lot of Catfight anymore.
Yeah. I've been drinking the espresso. I just ordered 2 bags of the dark roast.
See, I plan on getting Catfight again too, which good news for all of our health conscious people. Though AC Slade and his company does use artificial flavorings for some of their flavored coffees, if you get their normal blend, I did talk to AC recently, and I asked them for myself and for a friend of mine, they don't use pesticides or anything, so you're getting a natural coffee.
That's why it tastes so damn good.
Yes. But I am trying to stay away from artificial flavor, so I've just been getting his regular brews.
His black coffee, like straight black roast and stuff.
Yeah,
dark roast and that.
Yeah, like his unflavored coffees. Like his dark
espresso. I sometimes make a double shot espresso long black. Mm-hmm. So what I normally do, I put a little bit of hot water, and then I put the double shot of coffee in a coffee espresso machine, hit that, but I hold it so I get a little bit more, and then top it up with water up again. It's so fucking good.
It's so fucking awesome, dude. That's
I used to drink a lot of the dark roast. Dark roast was really good too.
See, the thing I was doing is I was buying the flavored coffee he had, but then now that I'm kind of more health conscious, I'm trying to avoid artificial flavors and all that shit.
English walnut?
Yeah.
That was my favorite.
And like, I love AC's company, so I wanted to continue to support him. And now I support him even more because though he don't really have the organic label because it's fucking expensive. He does not use any of that shit. So that's good for those that want to stay away from that kind of stuff.
He's a smart business dude. He knows what he's talking about.
Exactly. So,
you know, when it comes to these things.
But there is one thing that kind of confused me is he does have one blend that is flavored, but I don't know if he's using flavoring for it or if he's just cooking it with the bourbon or whatever it's flavored.
Is that the bourbon whiskey one?
Yeah, he has one that's a bourbon whiskey, and I think it has like some kind of berry taste.
I know I've tasted the Alice Cooper brand.
Oh, that one's really good.
I told him that you will love this one.
Yeah,
and I replied, I believe you.
The Alice Cooper blend is fucking good.
It's strong too.
I try to stick with the dark roast with any coffee because that's better for anxiety and better for your acid reflux and all that shit, which I think I might have.
The espresso is my favorite.
I really did enjoy the English walnut one, but like,
I remember. What's that?
Go ahead.
I was about to say. I remember Connor. You might have met him through the Instagram live chats that we used to do. The guy with the beard. He loves his coffee, so I grinded him up some of the Catfight espresso. And when he went back to the bar to brew some, he opened it up and smelt it. Oh, like he was like, oh yeah. He came up to me. This stuff is the shit, bro.
See, I fucking love Catfight coffee. Like, you can tell that it is
good quality.
It's good quality. It's really good quality coffee. Another coffee brand that I want to try is Eek Coffee.
Yes. Christina's coffee brand.
Yes, but the negative is, which I get it, she's running it herself. But it seems like every time I go on their website, they're out of the coffee I want.
Yeah. I know. I don't think they ship to Australia, but I know like Death Wish coffee they do, but they're so fucking expensive.
Yeah, Death Wish, I do believe, is naturally organic coffee.
Probably that's the reason why it's so expensive.
Yeah. I know that Eek Coffee does have an organic blend that isn't that expensive.
It's hard to find good. It's so hard to find really good coffee blends out there.
It really is. That isn't too damn expensive. There is this company that I found that I want to try. I don't know if I've tried them yet or not. I've tried various companies similar to it, but it's the whole mushroom coffee thing.
Okay.
This company's name is Everyday Dose. They sell like a mushroom coffee, but it has coffee in it as well. But it supposedly doesn't. You can't taste the mushrooms and stuff, and I'm not sure exactly what the full ingredients list is. The company I had recently that was just mushrooms was Mudwater, and they're pretty good. They have it's more of like a tea than a coffee, but it has like turmeric in it. It has all of that, but it clumps in the bottom. No matter how much I froth.
Can you shake it? or anything? Put it in a
I have
shaker
a frother. I froth the fuck out of it for like a minute or two, and I drink it, and it still has the fucking clumps in the bottom. And
that's a pain in the ass.
And I asked them about it. I'm like, hey, like, this is a problem. And they're like, yeah, we know this is an issue, but we want to be as natural and organic as possible. So we don't want to add anything to it to prevent the caking. And I'm like, oh, that's understandable. But then I spoke to Everyday Dose because I asked them, I'm like, what do you use to prevent your caking? And like, we don't use anything. We just grind it thinner. I'm like, oh. So like, these companies need to work together.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about Everyday Dose is that I found that makes me want to try them. They use fruiting body mushrooms. They use collagen protein. There's no sediment at the bottom. They use L-theanine, and they also are very low in caffeine.
Well, there's another coffee company. It's a supplement brand called Switch Nutrition. They do like coffee brands as well, and it has like mushrooms and shit in it, and it's actually really fucking good. Like it gives you a good fucking kick. So it's like in the protein powder type. You just add water and shake it, or you can have it with hot water. And it, I used to buy it, but it was so damn expensive.
Yeah,
for like 30 serves or whatever it was.
Once I get through all of my coffee, I'm going to probably switch to Everyday Dose and try that because I think I take in too much caffeine, and that's why I've got the stress that I have. But like, I live in an environment where my grandma would drink a pot and a half a day. Like, coffee is a part of my life. And
yeah, same with mine, but I've cut down now just to one.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about
if I need another one, then I'll probably have another one, mate. Maybe just make a short black.
Do you have green tea along with it? Like, do you drink green tea as well?
Or yeah, dude, I got fucking. Well, since Jody stays here, like just here like maybe 2 nights a week or whatever. She is like fucking 20 million different types of tea because she's a tea drinker.
How much tea do you drink in a day, Gorak?
Maybe one.
Oh, just one?
Yeah, my dad's a tea drinker. He likes his tea with milk in it. Jody's favorites are the English breakfast with oat milk.
Ooh, that sounds good.
It's actually good. Every time she comes into my work and stuff, she'll drink it. I'll take it and take a sip. I'm like, yeah, it's actually quite nice. Oat milk's good with anything.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I can't stand black tea. Black tea tastes like shit. I'd rather drink dirty mud water than that. You know what I mean? Like
dirty mud water. That's kind of funny because the company Mud Water, they're a good company. I'm not gonna hate on them. They're a great company. It tastes amazing. Just that last choke of powder is not fun.
Yeah, it's annoying as shit. But yeah, I've noticed that. Change the subject, but I've noticed that you've been digging Alice Cooper's new single.
Yes, I've been listening to all. He keeps releasing new singles, and I love.
I stopped after 2 because I know it's going to be good.
The whole album is going to be amazing. His latest single, you should check it out, Greg. I know you're trying to wait till the album.
Yeah, it should be coming out next month.
Should be, but you need to check it out. Check out his singles, bro. Come on, do it for me.
Yeah, I know. I've heard the first single. I really dig it. It's like very 70s Alice, and is it the White Tip Spider, whatever it's called?
White Tip Spider.
I can't remember what it was called.
He has released so far. His singles have been. Hopefully, they don't fucking play on me. White Line Frankenstein.
Oh, that's the one. Sorry, yeah.
White Line Frankenstein featuring Tom Morello. He also has, what's the other ones? He has White Line, Frankenstein. Jesus, dude. He released a bunch of shit, but like,
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the
Yeah,
show.
I heard I'm Alice and White Line Frankenstein because that's a good song.
Welcome to the Show is a good one.
I think he's only released 3.
I'm Alice.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm Alice. Welcome to the show. And White Line Frankenstein.
That's a good song.
Yes, it's fucking amazing. And Welcome to the Show is really good. I'm Alice is really good.
Anything that he does is fucking amazing.
It is. I don't think he's had a bad album. There is one album that, people question was a bad album, and I would love to actually review it on the show.
What was it?
Dada.
Yes, my dad used to play that fucking album, and it fucking scared me.
It's one album that Alice, well, it's one of the 4 albums or 3 albums that Alice does not remember doing.
Yeah, because he was probably off his chops.
He was deep in his addiction. But I would absolutely love to dive into those albums and do a reacts to them.
I like listening to Lace and Whiskey, like those old school albums. That's not like fucking, the hits and stuff. Yeah. Like, I remember the first time I saw them live with Jason Hook and Kerry Kelly and stuff in the band, and I can't remember who was on drums, but they open up with "It's Hot Tonight" as the intro song. That was fucking amazing. But like, yeah, but I like when people like the hits. I'm the opposite. I like I want the stuff that they never touch and play, and you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. That's like I really love when he does "We're All Clones."
Yeah, I saw him do that when Orianthe was in a band. That was kind of cool.
Now, the albums that Alice barely remembers, if I'm not mistaken, I believe the 3 main albums is Special Forces, Zipper Catches Skin, and Dada.
Those are the albums that he was really, really,
really fucked
off his chops. Yeah,
and I would love for him to do some of the songs off of them.
You never know. I know, like in his last couple of tours, I know he was doing like Sirius and stuff like that, I think.
Yeah, but he barely does songs off Special Forces. Like, I don't think he's done for a while Skeletons in the Closet, which is a great song.
They went to those albums went to like the instrumental, not instrumental, like electronic phase of his career.
Yes.
Like that Frank Zappa-ish, I guess.
Yeah, kind of. Dada was very Frank Zappa-ish too.
Very.
He did have a song off of Zipper Catches Skin that made it to a movie.
Interesting.
Now the one that's really creepy is Dada, because he has no idea what the fuck that album's even about.
Fuck knows, man. He was on fucking something, bro.
He actually retired from music after that album.
Really?
Yep. He left music for a while due to his drug problem, and he returned in 1985 or 86 with Constrictor.
I thought From the Inside was that.
No.
Because I know From the Inside he wrote that album in a rehab center.
Yep. Well, he was in and out of rehab multiple times. I don't know if he took a break then, but I know he took a really longer break in 83 because his wife was threatening to leave him and shit, from my understanding. And then he came back with Constrictor.
That kind of boosted up his career, but
yeah, he did.
That got him back.
he did more of like the 80s glam rock style.
And then after Raise Your Fist in the Air, he took a longer break and then came back with Trash.
Yeah, well, he took a year-long break. There was only a year between albums. From 83 to 86, there was 3 years. He took a little bit of a break for Raise Your Fist and Yell, but I think he still toured.
Yeah.
Because I know for a fact that I don't think he toured Dada.
No.
He toured Special Forces, and then he didn't tour again from 82 to 86. His next tour wasn't until 86.
There you
go. That is
know, I love Tommy Hendrickson's stuff, but it's so hard to find on Spotify now.
I've noticed that.
Maybe Apple Music, but Spotify, it's not up there anymore.
Well, Tommy's really been pushing his current project.
Oh, Crossbone. Yeah, I've heard of it. It sounds like modern AC/DC.
Yeah, very AC/DC-ish. It's not even Crossbone Scully ain't even on his like Wikipedia. Crossbone Scully. Tommy started. People don't realize this, but his career was early. He was with Doro.
Yeah, he was playing bass.
Yeah, he was bass with Doro. He actually, when he started in Alice, he didn't want to be the guitarist. He wanted to be the bassist. And Alice is like, we only have an opening for guitarist. And he's like, fuck it. And he started playing guitar.
And he's a good rhythm guitarist, but he's more of a punk rocker.
He is more of a punk rock. Yeah.
Well, I'm on Spotify right now. They only have his first solo album, Tommy.
Do they have Crossbone Scully on there?
I'll have a look. But I like Starstruck was a good album.
Oh, that was a great fucking album. Did you see who all is in Crossbone Scully?
Yeah, Crossbone Scully is up on here.
Did you see who all is in the band?
No.
Keyboardist Jamie Maho Buriak. I forget how to pronounce that name, but the keyboardist of My Chemical Romance, John Mayer and Seal. Bassist Chris Wise, who's also known for Hollywood Vampires, Ace Frehley, The Cult, and Ozzy Osbourne. Drummer Glenn Sobel, Alice Cooper, and Hollywood Vampires. And the late UFO bassist Pete Way. And the producer and mixer is Mike Plotnikoff, who also is the producer for AC/DC and Aerosmith.
Yeah, right.
And also Johnny Depp is featured on the album. Now, is the album out yet?
No, it's still a single.
Damn.
Evil World Machine.
I'm like, what the fuck, dude? He's released more songs since that, I thought.
He's done Evil World Machine and Evil World Machine Extended.
So when in the hell is the album coming out?
Who knows? But I want a John Corabi album out soon.
John Corabi is currently working with the
Dead Daisies.
The Dead Daisies.
Yeah, he's back in there, man, with Brian Tichy. I like that lineup though, Brian, John, and Richard Fortas and stuff like that.
See, with John Corabi, dude, I would love him to have another solo album. But like with original music and shit, like I would love that.
I know he's released singles.
He has, but like he's not. I don't think he's released a full-length album, has he?
Not really. Not many people are
doing that anymore.
No, because
I know Weird Al Yankovic announced he's done doing albums. He's just going to be doing singles.
Yeah, right.
Which is, I guess, the smart way to go.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, that's what my mate's band was doing that too. With his band Molly and the Crows. They release maybe 2 EPs, but majority of them are just singles.
Yeah, like people are doing that now, and I think it's because it's just cheaper and better that way.
So the latest single by John Carabi is Your Own Worst Enemy.
I love Robbie though, man. Like he's probably like nothing against anyone else in these bands, but he's my favorite vocalist that like the Dead Daisies has had, that Motley Crue has had. Like he's just such a talented dude. I know this week we are going to be doing Ville Valo's new album, his debut solo album. But next week, I don't think we had anything planned, did we?
No.
Have we done Motley Crue's 1994 album?
No, we can do that.
We should do that. We should do that, and then we should also review Generation Swine.
Yeah, that's also a good album.
Did you know that album was originally intended to have John Corabi on vocals?
Yeah, I think you told me this a few times.
I do believe, let me double check. I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to have anybody wrong. The album's name, as well as title track, is derived from Generation of Swine by Hunter S. Thompson. Interesting fact. The band, the official band, was consisting of vocalist and guitarist John Corabi, bassist Nikki Sixx, drummer Tommy Lee, and guitarist Mick Mars. They were so frustrated with the failure of the previous album and tour sales that they fired numerous people around the group. The band then hired Alan Kovac as their new manager. Blah, 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 blah. After the mass firing, the band called to a meeting with Warner Brothers CEO Doug Morris to discuss the current state of the band. At the meeting, Morris tried to convince Sixx and Lee to get rid of Corabi, as he wasn't a star, quote unquote, and reunite with original singer Vince Neil. Sixx and Lee were not interested in the idea of working with Neil again and insisted on keeping Corabi in the group. With some additional convincing from Elektra CEO Sylvia Rohn, Morse agreed that the band continued with their work. So the album was supposed to have Corabi on vocals. Corabi got frustrated as he would learn and write material only to find it completely changed by the time he returned to the studio. As the recording continued, the band was being pressured to reunite with Neil. Corabi decided that he had had enough of the frustration of working under pressure that the band and Humphrey put him under, so Corabi quit.
And then saying that he's not a star. Look at him now, though.
Yeah, but that was bullshit even then.
Yeah, but like having two guitar players with Motley Crue, seeing John Corabi and Mick Mars shredding next to each other, that's pretty damn awesome.
Well, I've heard also from various parties that Mick Mars just didn't like the idea of having a rhythm guitarist because he was always the guitarist of Motley Crue.
But if you listen to tracks from Motley Crue, there's always going to be multiple guitars recorded, you know, and you can't really pull those off live.
No. So
that kind of explains why Cooper, Maiden, Foo Fighters all have extra band members for that extra sound that you want to hear straight from like the record.
And that's why a lot of bands hire extra people live that aren't band members. Yeah,
exactly. But they want to capture that same sound from what you hear from an album.
Now,
which is understandable.
Here's another interesting thing, Gorak. There was an EP released with that lineup of Motley Crue.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yes, there was an EP released. There was a couple songs, I think. Let me double check real quick. Yeah, there's a couple songs that didn't make the album that's on the EP.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be cool to check out that album, that EP as well.
Yeah. What's it called?
Quaternary, Quaternary.
Yeah.
It only sold 20,000 copies.
I'll have to check it out.
The EP features one song that each member of the band wrote.
Oh, nice.
Planet Boom, written by Tommy Lee. Bittersweet, which is an instrumental by Mick Mars. Father, which was written by Nikki Sixx. Friends, that was written by John Crosby. And then Baby Kills, which was written by all 4 members.
That's pretty cool.
John Crosby did vocals on all tracks.
Yeah.
So that's fucking cool, though, that they did that with an album.
Yeah. Like
an EP.
I've watched John Corabi's performance with the Dead Daisies from like 2017 or whatever it was. It sounds amazing.
Yeah, he is. I've seen the Daisies live, and they put on a hell of a show.
Yeah, but the original singer, John Stevens, he played for like, I believe NXS and stuff like that. And he's a well-known singer as well.
Well, with Crosby, they were claiming he wasn't a star. Sorry, I'm still in the Motley Crue bullshit.
Yeah.
He was a big key player in the band Scream.
Yeah.
He was also the singer of Eric Singer Project.
Yeah, with Bruce Kulick and can't remember who was on bass, but they did they did the Union. That was a good grunge band.
Like I don't know.
They're just like to talk shit.
But like, yeah, John Stevens was really good vocalist for the Daisies.
And another good vocalist is Billy Vallow.
Yes, Billy Vallow is good. We're going to be reviewing his solo album.
How good is it?
Wednesday. I don't want to talk about it too much because we're doing it soon.
I was watching an interview that he did with Jamie Jasta on his podcast, and he's just a really fucking chill dude.
I'd love to chat with him.
Same. Like, I got tickets to see them in March.
If you do a meet and greet, please mention the podcast.
Yeah. You can probably try going on the website and try and hunt down their emails. You know that, right?
I could do that, and I think I already sent him an email once previously, but I'll try it again.
But yeah, like he's cleaned up his act. You know, he's not drinking anymore. He's not smoking anymore.
What did you? Sorry, random thought. What did you think of the Daisies with Glenn Hughes?
I don't know. I kind of stopped listening to it after Corabi left, to be honest, because I was just used to his voice.
How about this? We will do the Billy Vallow album, which we will continue talking about him. Sorry, I kind of interrupted you. Then we can do the Motley Crue debut album. Well, the Motley Crue self-titled, not debut, but the self-titled album with John Crosby, which we can also talk about the EP as well if you want to listen to that.
Yeah.
And then we can kind of dive into Glenn Hughes era Dead Daisies.
Yeah. So he did the one album, but like...
Yeah. But continue what you were saying about Billy Vallow. I apologize for interrupting.
Yeah. No good, but yeah, dude. Like, he's just an open-minded dude. Like, with his lyrics, with everything. It's just... It's beautiful.
I need to listen to more of his music.
I just want to sit in the room and drink tea and talk about music. You know what I mean?
With Billy Vallow.
Yeah. Before I die.
We need to get him on the show. We need to get a lot of different people on the show. We do have people coming back on the show. I'm not ready to announce that yet. But
Jeff Towers, because we've been talking about him for a very long time.
We do need to get Jeff Towers back on, but we do have some friends of ours, or a friend of ours that did contact us that is working on a new single that they're going to debut on this show.
Oh, can we talk about it off air? For a little bit? Because I gotta go to bed soon.
We can. But it is a band that we've already interviewed. I can actually go ahead and say fuck it and say it live on the air. Their name is Rogue Royale now.
Have I met them?
Rogue Royal. You did meet them. They were formerly known as The Issue.
Fuck, I need to go back and... Yeah, anyway.
Colin Gibbs. I don't know if you were on the show at the time, but I know Noami was the producer. I just don't know if you made it on that show, on that episode.
I don't remember.
But they are so good. And we're going to have them back.
Actually, no, I missed it. I think I missed it.
They were formerly known as The Issue. They had to change their band name due to an issue.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they actually, there was another band by the name of The Issue.
Yeah. And
it caused issues within the band. So they kind of had to change their name, which makes a lot of sense. But, Gorak, we're going to be doing Billy Vallow, not doing him, but we're going to be doing a podcast about Billy Vallow's solo album. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we wrap things up?
It's fucking cold.
It is.
And it's raining outside.
We have the AC on, and we actually had a thunderstorm last night so bad that there was a tornado about a couple of towns over.
Matt, did you see flying cows?
No, we don't get those tornadoes half the time. We usually get the really bad storm aftermath.
Dude, but if I come to America, I want to see some fucking tornadoes, bro.
We're gonna go tornado chasing.
Yeah, if I don't see any within like the 4 weeks I stay there, I'm fucking bailing out, bro.
You're staying for 4 weeks, dude. I'm down.
I'm down too.
Dude, I'll take my vacation. I'll take my vacation and I'll fly back to Australia with you.
Yeah, I'll pack you up in a suitcase.
But Gorak, that was Pink Sock Podcast. I hope you all had a blast. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and also I'm going to be taking over a radio show soon.
Yes.
Not a syndicated radio show, but it's an online radio show, and the music is going to be chosen by me. And I'm also going to be doing stand-up comedy Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when the doors open. Well, the doors are going to open.
I thought when you said that, I thought you said someday. I'm doing stand-up comedy someday. someday down the road. Sunday, I'm going to be doing stand-up comedy. I'm going to be packing a gym full of people, and we're going to be doing comedy. Not like a gym, like lifting weights gym, like a basketball gym. But I love you all. And as always, live long, rock hard. See y'all Wednesday. I was about to say, but you're all fucking mad.
You're all fucking mad.